Well, hello there to my Cancers. This is Queen Amun-Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, happy Mercury retrograde. Mercury was pre-shadow retrograde for quite some time and now is officially retrograde. Yay. Okay, so pre-shadow retrograde, obviously planets don't move backwards and they don't move at a slower pace. Okay, we know that, right? So that's time for you to slow down. Okay, so you can catch the message. All right, so however best you catch the message, you're a water sign, obviously Cancer, and in terms of your energetic calling card or your auric layer, right? Your emotional body, yeah, your second auric layer. The emotional body resides 2 to 3 inches off of your body and is related to the sacral chakra or all your emotions, including unprocessed feelings from the past. This layer shifts as your mood shifts, right? So however you best receive messages, right? Mercury is a personal planet. It's how we think, learn, and communicate, all right? So planets don't move backwards. They don't move at a slower pace. It can give you that impression, and it's because Mercury is a personal planet, you know, how people send messages, whether it's verbal, nonverbal, text, email, wink, like body language, whatever, however people send it and how you receive it could be very different than how people send out messages, vice versa. Those kind of things. You want to look for a pattern, okay? You really, really want to look for a pattern when you kind of getting to know people's language, right? Some things can get lost in translation. And so your overarching theme for your message is the sacred tide rising with lunar hearts. You will roll by the moon, right? And some things could be overwhelming, right? You come from two sides of the family, mom's side, dad's side of the family, and here you are, little old you in the middle, right? And sometimes in families, one side thinks that they're better than the other side, right? Just like in life, some people think that they're better than you are based on your education, your socioeconomic status, your race, ethnicity, culture, whatever. And there you are somewhere in the middle, right? And so you're looking for what you choose to nurture, what you choose not to nurture, right? And so we're going to dive into your reading. But somewhere in here, you find a space to where you feel fulfilled here, right? Right? And your auric layer, right? Your energetic calling card, where you're leaving your print, right? Where you're leaving your print, right? You are a star. So who you link up with matters. Who you link up with really, really matters, right? And who you're willing to detach from, you know. I do see a lot of people getting back to their stars. I see a lot of people recognizing what makes you unique, what sets you apart from other Cancers, and then who you link up with. You don't have to believe everything everybody else believes about people and how they communicate. You don't have to just go along with everybody else's flow and that kind of thing. I'm going to give you some affirmations as well that I created, but we're going to dive in and kind of interpret this message here. I've already prayed over your cards, and you do have another message over on the Patreon side. So thank you for joining me here on the YouTube side. I also have a knowledge channel. I also have, like I said, a Patreon channel. Another video went up on yesterday because yesterday ended the pre-shadow retrograde. And if you're watching this on Sunday, November 9th, it's officially Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. So this would have been the third time in 2025 Mercury went retrograde, excuse me, in a fire sign. The first time it went retrograde in Aries, the second time it went retrograde in Leo, and this third time it went retrograde for 20 days until the 29th of November in Sagittarius. So happy Mercury retrograde, right? So this is your video. I'll give you some affirmations if you want some affirmations, and also some crystal and gemstone and herbs recommendations for you all during this full moon phase, leading you into the last quarter moon phase that kicks off on November 12th. Okay, just in case you want to take notes. I do have my calendar is open, but you're going to have to reach out to me. I was trying to figure out on my calendar for those of you all who have been trying to schedule an appointment, just trying to keep up with the times. And I know that some people cannot afford readings. So my readings are donations. So you can, so if you can afford the readings, you can. If you cannot, please don't let that stop you from getting a reading. Some people cannot afford readings, so that's fine. Okay, that's why if you cannot afford readings, I have 15-minute readings. If you can't afford it, that is okay. Just don't take advantage of it, right? Just don't take advantage of it. You know, there are people who really cannot afford readings, who want a reading, right? They really, these readings resonate with them. So just be mindful of that. And they hear something in the reading where they just want to get some more clarity. And they're learning and they just want to just get some more clarity through just a personal reading. So please be mindful of that for people who do want to get a reading. So I am my only competition. This is your intention that you're setting. I am my only competition. So apparently someone sees you as competition. Somebody sees you as competition as a high priestess, and it's overwhelming for them. So that's their problem. That's not yours. So that's their problem, not yours. You don't have any competition. Nobody really has any competition. I'm telling y'all that right now. Nobody has any competition. Somebody feels like, I can tell you this right now, the way that they do things is better than the way that you do yours. They secretly watch you. They secretly see you as competition. They feel like you're on some kind of a high horse, whatever. I can tell y'all that right now, whatever. Right? They feel like they can do a better job than you can. The fact that anybody sees you as competition, they already lost. I can tell you that right now. Anytime somebody is using their time to watch you and nitpick you, they have already lost. They're sitting back studying you. They've already lost. They, instead of studying themselves and studying a book to study up on, they already lost. So, you know, instead of saying, hey, can we collaborate? Here you are thriving behind closed doors, and they're trying to overwhelm you and get to know you, trying to find out what societies you belong to, trying to find out, trying to telling everybody that you're on a high horse. They too busy doing the legwork, trying to discredit you, trying to expose anything that they feel like you got secrets about, trying to overwhelm family and friends. They literally are doing the absolute most. They're just a clown. That's it. That's really it. So as far as you're concerned, they've already overstepped boundaries and they're being exposed. So there it is. You're your only competition. For real. You're your only competition. It's actually pretty sad. It's pretty sad. So we're going to continue keeping it high vibrational here on this channel. And if they want to continue playing in the circus, they can do that if they want to. That has nothing to do with you. We're all about high vibrational over here. And that's it. Somebody is overwhelmed. Somebody is just overwhelmed. And they keep trying to overwhelm you, your loved ones, playing silly games. We're about being no respecter of person, treating everybody with kindness and compassion here. It's not about riding some high horse over here. We're trying to work with everybody. Whatever your situation is, it's not just about money. Like I said, whether you can pay or can't pay, just be mindful of people who really are in a situation. There's some people who are really, really in a situation who really need a reading. I'm not going to go over 15 minutes. There have to be extreme circumstances, but I'll let you know up front, I'm not going over 15 minutes because there's too many people who really, really just need, reading. So just letting you know. When I go back to the regular whatever, or if I go back to the regular situation, then I'll let you know. But for right now, this is what the situation is. That's why I had the calendar kind of I was trying to see what I could do with the calendar. But let's get into your reading. You got somebody who sees you as competition. And I'm going to tell y'all this right now. That's not the frequency that we're on in this channel. We're really all about love on this channel. Somebody is obsessed with you. You have a person who is obsessed with you. And they're too busy nitpicking. They're too busy in receiving mode. And it's just sitting there. They're sitting there analyzing you like a robot. So, and you're over here thriving. You're wherever you are, you thriving somewhere. So don't let it get you down. Don't let it bother you. You know, they're too busy trying to use somebody closest to you to deliver a last sword, doing all kind of projections through your emotions, through astral projection. They're trying literally all four of the auric layers. They're trying through the etheric body, the emotional body, mental body, and also astral body. So you have to take it up to the next. You have to adjust your crown. You know, your etheric, celestial, and casual body. You know, you're just going to have to just, in other words, your loved ones who have made a decision, you're going to have to go and just pray for your loved ones who are somehow connected to them. They could be married to somebody that you are, they could be married to an ex or married to a family member or somebody that you know. You're just going to have to pray for anybody who's caught in between this foolishness. And just rise above it. Rise above anybody judging you with any of this, because whoever's connected to them, if they're that slow, and I'm just gonna say it, if they're really that slow, and again cannot see that your ex, whoever the ex is, it could ex somebody's ex is obsessed with either somebody you're with or whatever. If somebody can't see that somebody is obsessed, then that is really not your problem. I need y'all to stay focused though. I really need you all to stay focused, because somebody has marriage in their cards. Clearly your gift, something about you comes along once in a blue moon. People hold you in high regard, high honor, right? You're genuinely compassionate. You're not faking compassion with people. You're thriving behind closed doors that once you were. Please don't let these people, whoever they are, cause you to stop thriving. You're a star in your own right. Don't let these energies cause you. You worked hard for everything you have. You're successful. Learn how to rise above the people judging you and enforce boundaries, especially spiritual boundaries, these auric layer boundaries. Enforce all of them. Enforce all of them, even if it's the holidays, especially if people are grown adults. Enforce boundaries. So the messages are coming through clearly now. It's not shadow retrograde anymore. It is actually it's actually Mercury retrograde. So they're coming through clearly now. So the sacred tide rising with the lunar heart, right? So here we have High Priestess, intuition and mystery, right? So this year begins heightened intuition and psychic awakening. Your dreams, visions, and emotions hold divine messages. Trust what you feel, not what you see, right? Not what you see. Trust what you feel. Trust what you feel, right? So somebody is overwhelmed. Somebody in the middle of this foolishness is overwhelmed, right? Because they're caught in between bad cop, good cop. And we're not talking about the police, just so we're crystal clear. They're literally caught between two energies who are horrible behind closed doors. They really are. They got one that's pretending to be compassionate out in public. Anybody who's ever had parents who play on people's emotional manipulators, that like to make you cry and then make you laugh at the same time. You ever seen kids that's like easily laugh, easily cry? And then you got another parent that acts like they're passive, almost like, well, you know, they don't really mean it, but behind closed doors, they're the type of a parent that is, they take it out on their kids because they're afraid to take it back out on their abusers. It's worse behind closed doors, and the kids always get the brunt of it. So it's worse behind closed doors. That's what somebody's child is dealing with. But they could be dealing with this could be an adult where it's literally driving them to drink or smoke, you know, behind closed doors. They could be so overwhelmed, right? Especially if you have somebody where everything was taken from them in the physical realm, right? So this person, whoever this energy is, you're going to have to rise above judgment. because nobody's really coming to help this energy. Nobody's really coming to help this energy. And whoever this energy that they're married to, they, when you see star energy, somebody associates star with money, right? Somebody associates star with money, like fame is money, right? So somebody sees you as having all of this money, but you really, really worked hard for everything that you have, right? And so judgment is coming down on these energies because of what they're doing to someone's either child or adult child. When I say, well, everybody has an inner child, but judgment is coming down on these dummies, because that's what they are. They're dummies. Especially the big dummy who is married to your ex. So here we have